Good morning, my students. As you know, this is a geography lesson. Today we'll be focusing on map work as we agreed on our last lesson. So as we all can see, I've tried to do some contour model. So today we'll be doing things like we'll be dealing with contour lines, contour intervals, and slope, like a gradient, how steep or how gentle the gradient is. So as you all can see, they have written the recordings of contour lines from 50 pascals up to 750 pascals, hectopascals actually. So yeah, so as you all can see, this side, actually we all know that in the map, if the slope is the gradient of a slope is steep, we see by the lines they come too close to each other, and if the gradient of a slope is gentle, we see them being apart from each other. So in this instance, as you can see, this side it's more like the lines of those boxes are more like a straight line, and that side it seems like they are more of an arc shape. So the arc shape, that side, it represents a steep slope, whereby this side it represents a gentle slope. It means the gradient of a slope is gentle. So it means this side it is suitable for buildings and everything that you can think of, especially agriculture and stuff. And that side, because it's steep, we all know that if the slope is steep, it's gonna be experiencing during rainfall seasons, we're going to be experiencing rejuvenated flow of waters, so they might ruin those buildings and stuff. So if you are building something on a steep slope, we all know that if the area experiences more of rainfall, it's going to have the buildings, there are possibilities that the building may crack and you may lose everything. So this side whereby it's gentle, it is the side whereby it's suitable for buildings and even agriculture. So the roads are suitable on both sides depending on how the surveyors do them. As I have stated that if the slope is too steep, there are less chances that agricultural purposes can take place, because as you all know that if the slope is steep, the gradient of a slope is steep, the rainfall water, the flowing of water become rejuvenated, and it wash away the soil, the fertile soil. So it means that the area will be left with infertile soil. So it means that agricultural purposes cannot take place. But in terms of the roads and stuff, everything may be done by the surveyors. And again, we have to talk about contour intervals. Contour intervals are the difference in those numbers that I've written there, that are in the contour lines. So they are measured in hectopascals. So when you are asked about contour intervals of a synoptic weather map, probably if the synoptic weather map have the same readings as on this model, you're gonna take that number 100, for example, you take it, you subtract that 50, and it's gonna give you 50. Even if you can take that 700, then you minus 650, you're gonna get 50. So your answer will be 50 hectopascals. If you do not write the SI unit, you will get it wrong. So you do not forget the SI unit whenever you ask questions that has SI units measurements. Yeah. So according to me, the gentle slope, the gradient, has more purpose to human needs than a steep slope, because people prefer to stay in a gentle slope, because you can do agricultural purposes and everything that you need. So because of if you have a fertile soil, you are able to produce crops as part of subsistence farming, or even commercial farming. So it's optional. Then after this lesson, I'd like to ask few questions. I'm gonna give you guys a homework that we are going to do. I'll be asking questions that have questions like calculating the contour interval, differentiating between the gentle and the steep slope, the differences between them. You have to know them. The advantages of a gentle slope and the advantages of steep slope gradient, as well as its disadvantages. You must try and read them, because at the end of the lesson I'll give you homework regarding them. Then you must also know the purpose of gentle slope, its good impact to the human needs and everything. So yes, and again you must be able to know the type of flow that occurs at gentle slope. And okay, at gentle slope we experience laminar flow, whereby the water doesn't get too rejuvenated because the slope is gentle. It's at its level surface. So at the steep slope we experience turbulent flow. The water is so powerful because it gets rejuvenated while it's flowing. So everything, erosion occurs there, side erosion and everything. I'll give you guys some notes to look at. Then please do read them, do interact with them, so that you can be able to differentiate and know that, so that during the exam you won't be confused and you won't panic, guys. And I'd like to thank you for this lesson. Thank you, guys.